Hello, I'm Glenn McConnell. You might think that ascending to the office of Lieutenant Governor would be a great aspiration of mine or any other President pro tempore. It is, in fact, a statewide office. I, however, have worked for the last 31 and a half years in the Senate with only one office in mind, and that is proudly serving Senate District 41 and dedicating myself to the Senate as President pro tempore and Chairman of the Judiciary Committee. It is that position to which I have devoted myself over 3 decades and to which I wish to remain. Over my many years in the Senate, I had the pleasure of learning from some of South Carolina's greatest public servants. In 2001, I achieved the position for which I had worked so long, and I was elected President pro tempore by my colleagues. I worked to create an atmosphere of nonpartisanship and mutual respect. I worked to form solutions rather than draw battle lines, a task that has become increasingly difficult in more recent times as partisan fighting seems more and more prevalent. During my 11 and a half years as Chairman of the Judiciary Committee and as President pro tempore, I strive to deal with my fellow senators equally and fairly, regardless of party affiliation. At the end of the day, I believe that the only majority that truly matters is that we are all South Carolinians. In the time leading up to Lieutenant Governor Ard's resignation, there was much speculation as to who may take over the position upon his stepping down. Yet our Constitution is quite clear as to the line of succession should the office of Lieutenant Governor become vacated. Crisis demands clarity, so it was with thought and purpose that our plan of succession was drafted and adopted by South Carolinians. Crisis also demands leadership. As elected representatives of our great state, we must honor the oaths and duties we've pledged. Our oaths of office are short statements, pledging its taker to discharge specific duties and uphold our Constitution. The language of what is expected of an office holder is clear and unambiguous. We must remember we are public servants, and we humbly and honorably serve at the discretion of our citizens. During my entire political career, I have pledged myself to the integrity of our Constitution, and I have fought against those who would twist and manipulate it to their personal or political gain. Our state and our nation suffer because of those who disregard their oaths and treat our constitutions as a means to an end. I must admit that my transition from Senate President pro tempore to Lieutenant Governor was unplanned. But I will not stop upholding our Constitution no matter how difficult it may be to me personally. It is of utmost importance for the stability and prosperity of our state that our office holders exercise the duties we have been elected to perform and uphold the oaths we've pledged. I will not contort the expressed desires of our citizens transcribed in our Constitution and our oaths of office in order to keep the position that I might personally prefer. And in the future, we cannot allow attempts from other elected officials to circumvent our rule of law. Upholding our oath should not be seen as a sacrifice. It is simply honoring the promise that we made to those who sent us here. It is a promise to which we ask God to bear witness. If we ask God to bear witness to the pact between the governed and their representatives, we must be prepared for God to hold us accountable to our commitment. Vacating my Senate seat has been one of the greatest difficulties of my life. Representing the people of District 41 in the South Carolina Senate has been my proudest honor. But my commitment to the Constitution and to the state of South Carolina is deep. I will not abandon it by avoiding my duty. It is for these reasons I've set forth to you today that I most humbly took the oath of office as Lieutenant Governor, and that I serve you now in that capacity. I intend to make this transition as smooth and seamless as possible. I will bring to this position the devotion and dedication that I've given to my service for over 3 decades, and I will happily serve our state however I can when duty calls. It is my honor to continue to serve you. Thanks, and have a great week.